Welcome to Technically Speaking. My name is Stephanie Turgeon. I'm the Student Services Coordinator here at Capital Area Technical Center, and I'm joined by a special guest today, our November 2022 Professional of the Month, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
I'm Natalie Wagurak. I'm a junior from Richmond Middle and High School, and I'm in the EMT program this year.
Excellent. And I made you introduce yourself because I knew I would mess up your last name, so thank you for that. And a junior, so you beat out some seniors in your class for this award.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that is a great accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What have you liked so far about the EMT program?
I like that we do what we need to do, but it's also always fun. We never have a dull moment in that class, which is good. And I like that Lieutenant always keeps us in line, but doesn't let us not have fun.
Oh yeah, he's a fun personality.
Yes, he is.
And for those of you that don't know, EMT is our emergency medical technician program. Mm-hmm. And so you guys will be eligible to take the
NREMT.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Do you know what that stands for? It must be National
Registry EMT, so like National Registry of Medical Technician.
So that's awesome, and then you'd be able to work on an ambulance. Yeah. Right here in the state, which we all read in the paper how much people are needed right now to do those positions. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what do you think has been your greatest accomplishment so far this year in the class?
Probably this, but also getting decent grades and making friends, I think, is probably my biggest thing so far this year.
I bet it's not an easy course either.
No, that is definitely for sure. It is not easy, but it's worth it.
Oh, yes, and I think it's nice to hear that it's not easy because you're taking care of people in emergency situations that we want. I'd want people prepared to do that if they were coming to take care of me.
Right.
And I think the other thing that you said about making friends, how is it being in a class with people that have the same interests as you?
At the beginning of the year, it was weird because I'm the only kid from Richmond in that class. So it was a weird start, but that was one thing that we could all kind of start talking about and then start to learn about each other and make friends that way.
Yeah, I bet that is scary. I think about that when I go talk to students about the tech center. They're leaving what they know and their homeschool and all their friends there to try something different. And for you, you're the only Richmond student in the class. So that must have been really kind of...
It was a little weird and nerve-wracking, but I think it's worked out pretty well.
It generally does. If people would just give it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do this year, which we couldn't do in the past couple of years because of COVID, that students are interested, they'll be able to come up a day in March to kind of shadow. So I think that would probably help.
That I definitely think would help.
Ease some of the nerves, meet some other people that are also interested.
And if they decide they want to take the class, they could meet the teacher instead of only doing the little interview that you got at the beginning of the year.
Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad that you think that will be better. I think that would help. And it'll be kind of low stress that you could just come up and visit, not necessarily that you're going to attend here, but to see what it's like. Oh, good. So thanks for that input. So what do you do when you're not here at school?
Right now I go to work and I do volunteer at Richmond Elder Care in Richmond. So that's mostly what I spend my time doing and homework for this class. But I don't know. I enjoy what I do, so...
Excellent. So it sounds like you keep very busy.
Yes.
And I would think that volunteering at the with the elderly is probably a great companion for this class.
Yes, I do think it has probably helped because I've got to work with people that aren't always going to be easy to work with, that's for sure. But you learn to be patient.
Right. So let me read you what your instructor, Lieutenant Johnson, had to say about you. He said, so she is very consistent, homework in on time, participates in class and in group work well. She shows more than general interest and has the demeanor to do well if she chooses the field of emergency services. He also went on to say, and I thought this was good, I have a couple other students that were right there with her, So this was not an easy choice. But I think like the lesson here for me when I read that was like, you did something that set yourself apart
Yeah.
to receive the award. So it's just funny that you never know what that little thing is that you
Right.
did to set yourself apart and get his recommendation for this. So tell me what your future plans are.
Well, my end goal for my career is to be a paramedic. So that's going to be a long trip, I think, but I think I can do it.
I do too, and I think Lieutenant thinks you can as well. So
I would say so. I hope so.
Yeah, I got that out of this, and that comes to the highest recommendation. He has lots of years' experience
Right.
in the field, so he kind of knows what a successful paramedic looks like. So that's a great goal. Now, what do you know what the training is after that? I'm not sure. Like, what do you have to do?
So I'm not entirely sure, but I plan to go to college
Yeah.
and do it through like there. Like I know SMCC has a paramedicine.
Okay, so it's like a
degree.
2-year program?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, excellent. And then the medical field can just take you anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, you have a very bright future ahead of you. I can't wait to hear about where you end up. So I want to thank you, Natalie, first for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for watching this episode of Technically Speaking. And I hope that if you like this episode, that you'll subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss anything going on at our school.